You are listening to the Message Podcast. I'm Connor.
And I'm Nick. Coming from the studios of WCDB Albany, our live show is 2 hours once a week on 90.9 FM.
We're dedicated to bringing you local, national, and global stories from an on-the-edge perspective.
As always, our fade-in theme is Oceans, and the executive music producer is Marsh Sound, so enjoy.
On this week's episode of the Message Podcast, we have on Zak Halloran, local business owner who is the founder and CEO of MyTwill. MyTwill is in the business of making blankets, and one of their mottos is 2 from 1. So in other words, for every blanket sold, one will be given to charity. But rather than have me tell the whole story, why don't you take a listen to Zak himself. Welcome back to the show. Once again, you're listening to The Message with Muscavich and Murphy on WCDB Albany 90.9 FM.
We're here right now with Zak Halloran from Twill. It's a company that sells blankets and gives a blanket to a child in need for every blanket sold, right?
Yeah, that's right. We have 100% organic cotton blankets. We're a startup company right here out of Albany, and for each blanket that we sell, we give one back. And right here in the capital region, right to local children that are facing life-threatening illnesses, that are displaced by CPS services, that are facing homelessness. All throughout the capital region. So
okay.
We were reading something on your website about I think it was your brother Casey who inspired it. Could you go back into that a little bit? Or?
Yeah, so the company is all based on the story of my younger brother and how he became sick in the hospital. He was diagnosed with a complex mental health disorder. And, I visited him. He was in the hospital for about 2 years. And I visited him with my family. I'm one of 7. And
wow.
I went in there, basically daily with my friends and family, and we're his support structure. And I realized that not a lot of these people have quality textiles, quality service and quality individuals around them to help them get through a very difficult time. Mental illness is very underspoken about. It's not out in the public because it's such a gray area. It's not black and white. You look at someone that has a mental health disorder, and you would never know. I mean, it's just the way it is, and so it's very underspoken about. And part of Twill is bringing awareness and shedding light on those diseases in certain situations.
Wow. So how many years ago was that? And the company just started last year? Then
the company started 2 years ago in my dusty basement in Delaware Ave in Albany.
The second anniversary just happened then.
Yeah. The second anniversary was Friday. We've only been selling for a year though.
Okay.
So we did a lot of R&D, a lot of research and development for the first year. Find a manufacturer, find the product that we like, and stick to the game plan of giving back, a for-profit company that gives back. And a lot of people are like, what are you doing?
Oh, okay.
You're giving a lot of your profits away. And I said, we wanted to stick to our guns on creating a company that gave back, that was embedded in it. It wasn't something that let's be successful and then give back. It was let's start from the gate, the gate of doing that.
So this is your full-time job then now, I suppose? It's not something on the side that you're sticking. It's for profit, so this is what you're doing all the time now.
This is what I do every day, every night, every second I wake up. I also help build another company called TSL. I run a daycare program as well. With there's about 1,000 children in the program. I do their website. I do their PR. I also run one of the programs in East Greenbush as a director. So I'm very busy. I actually just got out of work. I'm exhausted, but I just took a dodgeball in the face.
We appreciate you coming out here after that, though. Thanks for that.
Oh, no problem. I love coming back to my alma mater. Let me tell you. So it's pretty cool.
So you went to school here then? Yep.
Yeah. I came here in 05, I believe, if my math is correct. I'm getting a little old now.
And what was your major? You weren't doing like entrepreneurial stuff back then?
No, I didn't know anything about business. I had no idea. I just knew about people and how to study people, and sociology was my major. I declared my junior year, and then I also minored in education.
Okay.
I actually came in wanting to do business, but I was like, man, it's too rich for my blood right now.
That's funny because now you're like kind of blending all those things together right now.
It's crazy because you think you got an idea what you want to do,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden, boom, things change.
So, are you originally from Albany? Or?
Yeah, man.
All right. So, yeah.
From the city of Albany, or like one of the suburbs on the outside?
Right in the heart of Albany, Delaware Ave.
Wow.
Where, anybody knows where Spectrum is?
Yep.
That's my stopping ground. I grew up, went to St. James Middle School. Shout out to them. They're no longer, unfortunately, but I grew up right on Delaware Avenue. I know the city very well. I know the structurals that are the struggles that are inside some of the systems that we have and need for something like this.
So does your company span nationally, or are you just more like New York right now?
Right now, all of our giving, 99.9. Of our giving, percentage of our giving is done right in the capital region.
Oh, okay.
That it's a 30-mile radius outside of focus of Albany.
Yep.
We also do have a partnership in Africa as well, where we get our blankets to the Congo. So that's a special partnership. But it is something that we do want to expand. We want to crack the New York City market within the next 12 months.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a huge market.
Absolutely. This is Albany's
compared to the capital region.
Oh, absolutely. But what's so good about the capital region is it's such a good test market.
Yeah.
It's such a good test market because it's so diverse. You can talk to so many different customers at events, at expos, on universities. SUNY being the most culturally diverse university in probably the country.
Definitely.
Just being here, I just got such a great experience. So. That is such a good testing platform for any business. So it's good to get a baseline of data here and then grow your business.
So do you have any exact numbers with like how many blankets you like actually sold and how many you then gave away?
Sure, absolutely. So just quick numbers. We grossed $70,000 our first 12 months of sales.
Wow.
And that equals to about 1,200 blankets sold and 1,200 given in our first year of sales. We're on track to double and triple that going into fiscal year 2016.
Yeah.
Do you have like a factory where you like make these blankets, or like you don't work out of a dusty basement? In other words,
well,
we started there.
You're not started there.
My grandmother makes them, and her fingers hurt all the time. No, I'm kidding.
I was going to say you're not actually the one producing.
My fingers hurt. What? Sorry.
You're not actually the one producing them. Obviously, you have somewhere that's a production site.
Yeah, we have a manufacturer.
Yeah.
It honestly did start out as my grandmother, and it's not just me. It's my other two partners. It's my older brother Jeremy and my dear friend Jackie Lombardo. That obviously I grew up with Jackie and my brother being there since day one. It's been remarkable. But
yeah, they were both at the second anniversary at the Barrel Saloon.
Yeah, and they've just been rock stars. With everything that I had the idea. I came to them first, and they just said, absolutely, let's start a company with no money. And let's give a ton back.
What was that like, starting out with no money, like, from the ground up? What was that experience like?
If anybody's listening, and I hope there are, is even if you don't have anything, I started with nothing. I sold my car. I didn't have a lot of money. You just have to have passion, you know what I mean? And you just got to go for it. And it's very scary. I'll be honest with you. It is scary.
Yeah. Definitely.
But if you've got a good sense of what you want to do, you can bring a lot to the table. And other people are going to start believing in that. And that's what it took. The world that we live in social media and in the structures of businesses that are out there, you can do anything.
Yeah.
And so that it's pretty amazing. You start with a stencil of business. You go to Facebook. You make a Facebook page. That's the first thing you do, because that way you can get out to 1 billion people faster.
Yeah.
And then you start building a stencil. You start building a framework of business, Kickstarter, social, a lot of the crowdfunding sources out there. We got funded on Kickstarter in 30 days.
Wow.
We were going around like nuts.
What was the goal on Kickstarter?
The goal was 10,000.
Wow.
We superseded that just by a little bit.
Yeah.
But we were at every bar, restaurant, collecting raffle money, anything you could do possible.
You guys are on GoFundMe as well then too, right?
We're on Fundabilities, which is a local crowdfunder here.
Local one, yeah.
It's very local.
That was the one that you had up at the Barrel Saloon. You were doing like a little fund drive that night.
Funny story. Got frozen on zero.
Oh, that's what happened. I was wondering what was up with that.
We raised some money. We got frozen on zero there, but it was all a technical issue. But we did wind up raising the money fairly quickly through product sales, through raffle tickets and everything. So we generated over $3,000 in just one evening of fun.
Huh.
So it's been amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
What's this other not-for-profit? Hugs in New York City. It says on your website.
Yeah.
You helped found that. What's that all?
Yeah.
about?
So with my uncle Anthony Cavalieri, I was about 18, 19. I was here at SUNY, and I'd go back and forth to New York all the time. And he came up with this great idea: hugs, hats, umbrellas, gloves, and scarves for the homeless.
Okay.
And a not-for-profit that's still rocking and rolling. And it just inspired me. Just a great mentor to have. And I was always very entrepreneurial. I never really had a job. But I always wanted to do something that was meaningful. And then, I was well read here at SUNY. I had my master's as well. So I just kind of kept up on things as after that. And I learned website design.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to code anything.
Yeah.
But I know how to build websites.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, like user interfaces and interactiveness, just
That's
like
right.
how to make them appealing, how to make them more like easily navigating.
Yeah, it's all visual,
Yep. They have classes for that now. That's like a huge thing now. Like user experience, they have classes for that. Like you don't have to know how to program, you just need to know how to like line it up.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
So 7 siblings. What are your other siblings up to? Are they business owners too, or no?
You're gonna laugh at this story. You guys got me at such a good time. I'm starving. No, I'm kidding. A great story. My brother Austin. He's 15 years old. He's a twin. He comes to me over the weekend, and he's an entrepreneur. He's a cleaning freak. He's obsessive compulsive. He is. I said to him, why don't you start a company called Obsessive Cleaning Dandies? Because he likes to dress fresh. He likes to clean everything. I said, why don't you start a company called OCD and donate 10% of your profits to mental health illness? He goes, are you kidding? You know what he does? He starts a Facebook page. And he starts getting, he starts moving things along. And it's nowhere near what it needs to be. But he's 15 years old. And he's thinking entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
He's not thinking in the box. He's thinking outside.
Well, I like
for a good cause too.
Oh yeah.
That's the neat thing about you guys. You're for-profit companies, but you're still managing to give back.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Especially, you just set up your little brother with like this cool idea. You just, what is it? You're like the brainchild behind it.
I do it. I've got so many ideas. I walk into places. I have a cup of coffee. Give me a cup of coffee, and I'll turn this place upside down.
So how much of the money are you gonna get from Austin when he starts making?
I'm taking my 10%. That's a finder's fee right there. All right, that's branding, brand strategy.
Now, is that Casey's twin or no?
No, that's actually it's Austin and Aubrey.
Okay.
So just to run it down, it goes Jeremy, myself, Adam, Casey, Mackenzie, Austin, Aubrey. I almost forget the lineup.
Wow.
Sometimes, like people ask me all the time, I forget.
It's crazy. I can't imagine that. I have just one little sister.
It's
myself.
One is enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how my parents did it.
Yeah.
But they tell you, they're absolutely amazing.
Are you guys still hailing from Albany?
Yeah, we are still hailing from Albany, and
Delaware Avenue area.
Delaware Ave.
Wow.
I still there. Got an apartment there. My mom has her house down the street. We're like best friends. It's pretty crazy.
That's cool.
So and then now I date a girl in California.
Yeah.
It's such a remarkable. My life has been in a great way. After Casey's experience in starting this company, I'm telling you, it's. If you've got something out there that you want to do, whether it's a radio station or, I don't even know, groom dogs, whatever, you got to do it. You have to.
Do you think that if your brother Casey never went through what he went through, you would never have started up this company? Do you think that was like the driving force behind it almost? Yeah,
that was the catalyst for sure. I was going to start a company. I just don't know what it was.
Yeah.
And, I was, like I said, I was founding, with Hugs and everything. I learned a lot about the need in New York City. And I knew I was going to start something. I just didn't know whether it was going to be consulting for websites or, for small companies and help small businesses grow. That always made me feel good. I would always be like kind of like an ambassador for small businesses, in my community, especially in Albany. And it just one thing led to another, and I did get inspired by Tom's. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tom's.
Buy a pair of shoes, give one to what were they? Children in Africa.
Children all over the country, all over the world.
All over the world. Okay.
They're worth $627 million.
Oh yeah, they blew up for that short stint of time, but I guess they're still doing really well.
Amazing. They just sold half their company to Bain Capital in New York for some future international development.
Wow.
But let me tell you, I got inspired. I read the book, and it just. You can start a for-profit business and give back. You just got to do it the right way and do it the ethical way.
Yeah, definitely. What's the unethical way? What would that be?
The anti-ethical?
Yeah.
You could market it and not do it.
Oh, yep. Okay. Yep.
Because you're not a not-for-profit.
You always see those stories.
Like, oh yeah.
I remember there's this one story. I can't remember the name of the company, but they said that they were giving money to people with cancer. Like
Oh, yeah.
50% never went any, didn't give any of it away.
I think that was wasn't that Komen or?
No, I can't remember what
might
it
have been
was.
like one of those.
No,
It's very
somewhere
possible.
in New York, though.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time.
Yeah,
And,
It
you know,
definitely does.
the way that we have to be valid and authentic is that we go on a drop-off. Like I have one this Thursday. I usually have one just about almost every other week or maybe even once a month, depending on the sales. You know, you've got to be straight up and honest with your customers, the people that support you, the people that fund you, and the people around you. And, you know, we get media releases from these not-for-profits that we work with, our blanket buddies. And you got to be straight up and honest with these folks and make sure that they can see the giving.
Yeah, honesty
you know?
is the best policy.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you
absolutely.
want to explain the blanket buddies? Isn't that is that the buy one give one, like two for one? Is that what that is?
Yeah, those are our beneficiaries essentially. Okay. You know, when Jim Smith buys a blanket online at an event or even a corporation, and I'll get to in a minute about how maybe SUNY Albany could be getting involved, is they get to choose where the other one goes, which makes us different than any other for-profit giving business out there.
Huh.
The choice of, you know what, I have a son or daughter that is ill who has leukemia, and I want to send a blanket to that non-for-profit. They have the choice in their hands at our iPad, on their computer, to send whatever blanket they want to wherever not-for-profit that we have up there registered.
Oh, okay.
So that's our blanket buddy
really
program.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's different. It's a little different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta ask, who came up with these nicknames on your website?
Oh yeah.
I wake up in
Hunting.
I wake up in the morning with ideas like you wouldn't believe. I actually have these ideas when I sleep too. That is a true thing. I have to write them. I have a book by my nightstand. Got to write them down.
Good, yeah.
So, do you like it or not?
I like it. I think they're funny.
It's
yeah.
fun.
You got to keep it light, man, because it's a very tough situation when you go into a homeless shelter.
What are you?
Yeah.
You're twill hunting?
Twill hunting, yeah, good Twill. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
My brother is, I believe he's Twill Ferrell. No, he's not Twill Ferrell.
Who is it?
Jeremy is Twill.
He's Robin Twilliams.
Robin Twilliams. This was a dedication piece to him because he's such a great comedian and such a smart individual.
Yeah.
I think he'd like it.
I think he would love it.
Yeah.
And
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Believe it or not, it's Jackie. It's like she's the pit bull. She's like Bruce Willis from Live or Die Free. You know what I mean?
Oh, so all these nicknames kind of have, I guess Jeremy must be like a funny guy.
Oh yeah, Jerry. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We also have a friend who works there, right? Maisie Twilliams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nicole Gregor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She interns for you guys. I think.
She very serious, like Maisie would be in the Game of Thrones, and she's a rock star too in graphics too. I mean, it's funny because we are still looking for interns. Just hint on MyTwill.com.
This ain't a bad place to look for them.
Absolutely, this is a perfect stomping ground for interns. There's so much talent out here,
Yeah.
and honestly, I'm reaching out to people. I want talent.
Mm-hmm.
I want people who can come to the office, and our little office that we have now, and we're out of the basement. We're now in floor 1. We moved up one little spot.
Nice.
We've got a generous private backer right now, but come into the office and work, and I'll put you to work. I'm not here. I can get my own coffee. I can run and get my own food. I need someone that can. We need somebody that can rock and roll.
Yeah, hands on.
Absolutely.
So wait, do you want to go into how something like UAlbany could possibly team up with Twill?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So it's so funny. I was in a fashion show last week and ran into President Jones. And we've been in conversation with SUNY Albany for about a couple months now with the auxiliary office here to get blankets into the freshman dorms. That's the vision. Is our growth strategy is to get the blankets in major hotels, major universities, and have those corporations or universities or organizations share with us in the cause marketing pieces, share with us in the giving. Roughly, let's say 2,000 freshmen come into Indian Quad and Colonial and State and all that. They walk in, they got a blanket waiting for them, and SUNY Albany's branded as well in there about how they get
soft
back.
and they're cozy, much nicer than the blankets that you get, like when you buy like the bedding package.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
I've seen your blankets like at the second anniversary event.
I appreciate it. We've worked really hard on that,
And now, if the university were to get 2,000 blankets, would 2,000 of them go back to a child in need?
Absolutely. And SUNY Albany would be able to choose where they go.
And that looks good for the university.
I think and then get, a lot of the volunteers, get Habitat for Humanity in, get a lot of volunteer people that are from the school that want to volunteer on a drop-off with us.
Yeah, and there's people like that.
It's a partnership.
Yeah.
It's not just, okay, let's buy from Twill and that's that. It's you're getting involved.
It's community driven.
That's correct. Absolutely. So it's something that we've been trying to hash out, and any support and any nudge would be great.
So do you want to go over like the blanket sizes and the blanket prices?
Absolutely.
What sort of blankets you have? Maybe just to wrap it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got, really quickly, we sell 3 products. We sell a large twill blanket, which is our mainstay blanket. It's a 50 by 60 organic cotton blanket, made in the United States, right in South Carolina where our manufacturer is. One purchased, one given, and that goes for all of our products. We have a child-size blanket. It's a 30 by 40. It's a crib size. And then we have a tote bag, which is a very interesting piece because the tote bag comes with each purchase. But also you can buy separately for a separate price point for $25, and then generate a child blanket.
Oh, okay.
So it's unique. It's a little different.
Okay.
But
so,
again,
so the tote bag also goes with the blanket for a child in need. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. So we have that program as well. You know, the large blankets are 60, the small ones are 40, and the tote bags are 25.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, and those will keep you warm, right? And
Oh, absolutely.
Starting to get cold right now. Do you sleep with one?
I have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You know, I have the first original one that we made. And then I have, I honestly just go through so many of them. I travel a lot. I always have one. I have one in every place I go.
Probably never a cold moment in the Halloran.
well, how did it change?
That's so funny.
How did it change from like the first blanket that you had until like into the blanket that you have now?
If you saw the prototype, we started with towels. Okay, there's pictures online. You'll see them on our Facebook of Jackie lining up towels on our dusty basement floor. It's on our milestone in events, and we didn't have any clue what we were doing, and we just found a really good source.
So you guys came a long way in 2 years.
Yeah, we really did, and 1,200 children later.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a lot. So you're hoping to double or triple that this next coming year.
You honestly are year over year right now, which is you compare your first 12 months and then you look at your projections for the next. We're definitely doubling right now and potentially even tripling as we head into the holiday season.
That's great.
So
that's great news.
Yeah.
I think we got a caller right now. I don't know what's going on with that.
I'll talk to him. Let's talk to him.
Yeah. Do you want to put him on air, Connor?
Is it Robert Jones? Robert?
What is it? I don't know. She actually, our shadower right here, she's shadowing to become a DJ. She actually interviewed Robert Jones.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a stud.
Yeah, and doesn't he has like a, what is it, a Grammy? Or he has an Emmy for playing the saxophone is what he played? What did he play? Oh, choir. He was a choir singer, I guess.
Wow. He's the nicest. I never met him before.
Yeah.
He comes right up to our table. I was at a fashion show, and he comes right up and goes, "What is this?"
Huh.
And he goes, "We've got to talk."
Oh, with Twill?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This was last week.
I didn't realize you were there with Twill. I thought you were like modeling or something.
I did.
You modeled the blanket?
I modeled myself. I'm beautiful.
Did you put the blanket? Okay. No, did you walk with the blanket around your shoulders though? Honestly.
No. I fundraised with my beard. I had a beard that was it was out of control. They call me Wolverine.
So that's why it says bearded on the website.
That's correct. And I shaved my beard because I raised $1,000 for Trinity Alliance.
Oh, wow.
And I shaved. I went out for 2 looks. I shaved in 30 seconds. I'm talking a clean shave.
Huh.
I cut my jugular basically, and I'm walking the runway with Band-Aids on, in Joseph A. Bank brand new clothing that's got to go back to the store. I'm like, are you kidding me? But it was amazing. Together all the models raised almost $30,000.
Yeah, you're like a walking fundraiser then.
I'm walking fun is what it is.
You are. That's funny.
I don't know if you could tell.
You literally grow it.
You can.
Literally, it's growing right now. I can hear it. Hear that?
Well, Zach, do you think we skipped over anything? Anything else you'd like to include, or do you think we hit all the points?
I'm a very passionate individual, and if there's anybody listening out there,
definitely.
This is my biggest thing. I don't care if I go on radio, TV. We're getting there. If you got something that you're passionate about, that's inspirational, or just an idea, you have to do it. I tell people day in, day out, do not think about money first. Think about the idea, find the need, and solve it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to go your whole life wondering what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
Especially at a young age. And I've been in this university, 5 years. Sorry, I didn't make the cut for 4. You're going to wonder. And you got to do it, and especially it's easy. It's not easier, but as you're younger, you can bounce back quicker.
Yeah.
So I suggest to any entrepreneur out there, or someone that's got an idea that's on campus, that's SUNY campus, to do it while you're in college.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? You don't have any assets. You're going to go home and live with your parents.
Yeah.
They're not going to take their house. You have no assets. Go back, study, work your butt off, find an idea, find a backer, find some people that are like-minded and get it done. And I'm being dead serious, because I wish I was doing this at 20.
Yeah.
And I did a little bit with hugs and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, you can take your life to a whole another level.
Yeah.
So we're building the next Toms. I don't think people understand that.
Yeah, it's like a very similar concept.
Yeah, it sounds very similar, definitely.
You know, and the growth strategy and the growth potential is there as well.
Well, we're hoping that you tap into the New York City market, because that's going to be a big move for you guys.
Absolutely, and that's our strategy, and it's a beast, and everybody knows that. But you know, we got some good people that are ready.
Well, you guys heard it from the man himself. That was Zak Halloran.
Thanks
Thank you
once
for coming
again.
in.
Thank you guys.
Again, Zach.
Appreciate it.
If you ever want to pursue something, just do it. That's what he's telling you to do. I don't know if you're familiar. Real quick, did you ever hear of we had an entrepreneur from the university. He goes to school here now. He's a senior.
Couple.
He started this.
We've had a couple entrepreneurs come on.
Sure.
Well, 2 entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
You explain the one that you brought on. There's this guy
Oh,
named.
yeah, he's developing this app. It's a text-based app called isiton.com. And pretty much...
Is it?
Yeah. It's
Neither one of them are.
It's really in the beta phase right
Okay,
now.
beta testing. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
but neither one of them are giving back though. So that's like.
Yeah, that's okay though.
That's what separates you
Yeah.
from like the other entrepreneurs.
That's a great point though. But the thing is, and do we have time?
Yeah.
Sure.
The thing is, you have to have revenue in.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing.
I'll be honest with you. I run a give back business.
Yeah.
I got to sell blankets.
Yeah.
This is a business. I have to employ people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people count on myself and my partners to get back to the community. So I don't care what you're doing. You've got to have revenue in. And if you don't,
Bottom line.
then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And you will fail. So you got to focus on those the data and the analysis early on, and make sure that your numbers are right. You get the good financial guy. If you're creative like myself, you find people that know numbers. My brother knows numbers really well. Jackie knows legal really well. Don't let anybody steal your idea. You know, we registered with the trademark and patent. You know, we made sure we've got
Definitely. You
those
have
things
to.
locked up. You have to. Absolutely.
Yeah. Especially in with social media too. You know.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Right. So once again, we'd like to thank Zak Halloran, who is the founder and CEO of Twill.
And that website's mytwill.com. That's mytwill.com if you're interested in checking it out.
You want my email address?
Well, you can shoot your email address up in there if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Zak at mytwill.com. It's ZAC at mytwill.com. Feel free to give me a shout, and we're definitely looking for some interns. And you know, we got a student Albany intern now, and she's rocking it. So
Great.
All right, so we're going to take a quick PSA break, but when we come
Thanks,
back,
Zach.
we're going to be wrapping it up. So once again, thank you, Zach.
of course,
And stay tuned.
thank you guys.
Once again, a big thank you to Zak Halloran for joining Nick and I this week to talk about his local company, MyTwill. And remember, you can always find the Message podcast on our YouTube channel to catch up on all the interviews we've done this semester while we are on holiday. We chose our outro song this week to reflect the theme of blankets, and it is actually called the Blanket Song by Linus's Blanket, so enjoy.